Hi friends! So this is a story all about how I got my Hashimoto's diagnosis. In October of 2016, I got health benefits at work, which was amazing and magical and wonderful. So I went in for my very first yearly physical in December. And they did a bunch of blood work and everything turned out normal, except there was this one number. My TSH level was elevated to a 6.2, which isn't crazy. A normal range is 1.8 to 3.0, so 6.2 is not crazy. And the doctor literally wrote on the test, since your T4 and T3 are normal, no medication needed at this time, but will continue to follow. Okay. I think it's important to note that I did have at this time on my phone a very random list of things in life that I had been experiencing that I wanted to talk to a doctor about. Things like being tired all the time. I'd written down that my mental clarity, my focus didn't seem to be as good as it once was. I went through a period of about 5 or 6 months where I gained 30 pounds, and no matter what I did for the next 2 years, I couldn't get it off. Could not lose weight. I was having acid reflux. My hair had started falling out randomly, and then it stopped, and then it started again. And just this random list of things, none of them were emergencies, but that I felt like I should talk to a doctor about. Okay, back to the test results. So I looked up TSH, and it stands for thyroid stimulating hormone. And typically when that number is elevated, it means that the thyroid hormone levels in your body are low, hence your body trying to ask for more. And this condition, when your TSH is high and your thyroid hormones are low, is called hypothyroidism. It means your thyroid is underperforming. But mine wasn't really underperforming, it just maybe looked like it was about to with my elevated TSH. But if you look up hypothyroidism, there's this really interesting set of symptoms like fatigue, insomnia, brain fog, weight gain, acid reflux, hair loss. This is the first time that I saw my random list of issues as a set of symptoms for some sort of disease. For several reasons, I did not go back to that doctor, but I did want to do something about my elevated TSH. So I did something very scary and very dangerous, and something I cannot advise you to do at home, but I'm sure that you will. And I looked it up on the internet, and I looked for natural, organic ways to bring your TSH level back to normal. And I came across something called ashwagandha root powder. That stuff is living death. It's horrible. But I started taking it. I just mixed it up in a little bit of water and chugged it like a shot. And about a month into that, I went, you know what? I should just find another doctor. I should make sure that this is working. So I found a new doctor, and when I showed her my lab results, she said, oh my goodness, if you had an elevated TSH, we have to get a full thyroid panel done. I said, okay, great. So I went downstairs and got my blood work drawn. And about 3 days later, on February 9th, I got a voicemail from this doctor that said my TSH level had returned to normal, but that I tested positive for thyroid antibodies, which was a confirmation of a Hashimoto's diagnosis. Her plan of action was to do blood work every 6 months in order to monitor my situation, because eventually this condition would destroy my thyroid, in which case I would need synthetic thyroid hormones for the rest of my life. So here we are, about 5 months later, and I'm not going back to that doctor. I found myself a functional medicine doctor, and I've started a 4-month program with him to sort of kickstart my recovery. Hashimoto's is not something that can be cured, so that's not the goal of this, but the symptoms of it can be managed effectively, and so that is my goal. If you would like more information about that program, like the diet that I'm on, the supplements I'm taking, that information will be in other videos. This is not a diagnosis that I was looking for or expecting, and that's pretty atypical. That's not typical for a Hashimoto's diagnosis. There are a lot of people who suffer for years and years and years and reach a point where they can't function in life before they finally find a doctor who's willing to run the test to see if they happen to have Hashimoto's. So I pull a lot of motivation from those people that I've never met, but I just know that I'm lucky that I received my diagnosis early in this process. There is not a cure for autoimmune diseases. Once that gene is switched on in your body, it can't be switched off. But there are some people with Hashimoto's that have put this disease into a stage of remission, and I strongly believe that if some people can do it, then I can do it. So that is the journey that I'm on right now. If you're interested in any more information, just keep looking through videos. There's lots more there. Thanks, friends. I haven't decided about this top. I don't know if it works or not. I don't like that. I'm not gonna use that. That's dumb. Yay! I'm not doing this well at all. Take that, internet.